This time on Highway Thru Hell, a new highway presents a chance.
The road's closed.
And a challenge.
Overhead power lines are very bad for an operator.
Jamie's newest hire.
The wall's taken right out of the side of the trailer.
Fights a trailer split in two. And Colin's mistake puts a rookie in charge of a major recovery on the Highway Thru Hell. The last line of defense is a heavy rescue team ready to tackle any disaster, because closure is not an option.
More snow here.
A series of mid-November squalls
There's another storm coming, man.
is battering the highways of northern Alberta.
Joys of being a truck driver.
Strong winds make for terrible visibility.
What the? I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, we just slowed right down.
Emergency crews are expecting trouble.
The highway tonight and all day today has been treacherous, snow-covered, ice.
That's a nasty little road.
Just after midnight, it happens. A semi-driver, blinded by the snow, tagged the back end of a flat deck hauling a dump truck. He hammered the brakes, but not soon enough.
I slowed down a little bit and then it was too late, and I just drove up over on the back.
With one of the eastbound lanes stopped dead, traffic is backing up down the highway.
The quicker we can get it open, the better we like it.
The accident is on a busy stretch of Highway 16, 2 hours west of Edmonton.
Hello, Kelly speaking.
Jamie Davis's lead Alberta driver is off tonight.
He says it's right on the 16.
In to pinch hit, Jamie's middle brother, Kelly.
Okay.
My job this year has become a desk jockey. I'd love to be with Kelly out there doing that job. But the bottom line is, I've got this bigger picture to worry about.
I'm not familiar with the rotator. That's always been Jamie's baby, so I don't have much jump time on it.
It's Heavy Rescue's first big call on Highway 16, a critical road to the Pacific coast.
Highway 16 is a route to the ports. If you add up the high volume of traffic and you tie that in with the weather conditions, it's the perfect storm.
There's another guy. And another guy. Anywhere you look, there's something crashed into something. Pretty much a free-for-all.
It's close to 2 a.m. when Kelly reaches the scene.
Bad place to be.
This guy never even felt them.
And the front frame's hooked onto the load bed ramp. The challenge of this job is picking it up without actually damaging it. This passenger frame's caught right up on your first, right between your tire there on your first ramp. Okay. The plan is to get it off the highway. They figure out my brother's truck.
Unlike a standard wrecker that simply pulls, the rotating boom on Jamie's rotator has the lifting power of the crane. Perfect for this job, but a new challenge for Kelly.
Now he's going to lift the vehicle off, so we're going to shut the rest of the highway down. Jay, you want to get them to shut it down? You're good to go.
The road's closed both ways.
Kelly, you see those high tension lines right above you?
Yeah, it's a good point. Their overhead power lines are very bad for a crane operator. There's always the possibility of something just going catastrophically wrong.
Kelly has to raise the boom high enough to lift the truck, but if he gets too close to the live wires, the current could jump to the boom and electrocute anyone nearby.
You just have to be aware of them and watch out what's going on around you.
Kelly's taking on a pretty high-profile job. He's taking it on in a new area.
The quicker we get off the highway, the happier I'm gonna be.
Yeah.
And Kelly hasn't ever run a rotator.
Watch yourself.
Yeah. Okay, you're clear. Take that, Jamie. Okay, let's get this thing off the road.
We're just getting ready to open it now, and the traffic will start to flow.
Stand by, she's open. Yes, it is.
20 minutes after Kelly arrived,
You have a safe drive that way, guys.
Heavy Rescue has the highway open.
Proving ourselves to the local counties around here, it's paramount. There's lots of potential out here.
Oh, yeah, their truck flipped over, spun out, you name it.
Morning brings a blast of winter to BC's Highway 3.
Treacherous corner is slick. Hey, come around that corner, you slowed right down on our house.
On one of the highway's sharpest curves, the conditions are too much for one big rig. Just before dawn, an eastbound semi hit black ice and thundered off of Preacher's Corner. Smashing deep into the forest.
Yeah, that was a tough corner. It's rough. Everybody thinks they can make it.
John started as lead driver for Jamie in BC 2 weeks ago, driving Bruce's old truck, 5-0.
Preacher's Corner is a really nasty corner.
Morning. Hello, sir.
Big trees. There's not a whole lot of sunlight that ever hits that road. I don't know who came up with the name, but watch out.
So we'll get it unloaded today.
The complicated recovery will be John's biggest test yet.
We're wanting him to be the full-time heavy guy in Hope. We're watching him kind of step up to the plate right now.
And so is the trucking company, one of Jamie's most loyal customers.
There's always the pressure of getting the vehicle out as soon as possible. You want to make the customer happy so that he'll keep using you as a company.
Obviously, we don't want our truck and trailer to be in the ditch. Freight is not being delivered, but I will be pushing to get this done.
Falling out the back, out the side.
The wall's taken right out of the side of the trailer. Looks like the trailer threw up all over the forest. There's stuff everywhere. We have to unload it before we can even attempt to pull it out.
Jamie's stepson Brandon arrives for his first shift of the season.
It's nice to be back. This is all home for me. I like it. It's the first wreck I've gotten in snow, so it's pretty cool.
My expectations would be to take a higher role and kind of be appreciated more around here and actually be counted on.
The salvage crew arrives to remove the freight, a mixed load of groceries and electronics.
All right, open up the door. Some of these boxes are kind of twisted sideways. There's a lot of goods in here, that's for sure. Daylight is definitely against us here right now. We want to get her out tonight. Sooner the better. Come on, muscles. Other than that, you're nothing. It's gonna be dark here in an hour.
It's not going as quick as planned.
How much is left to go? About half the trailer or so, or what?
I don't think we're halfway through it yet.
Cool.
Darkness falls. Preacher's Corner, you don't want to be out there in the dark. We gotta come back. We gotta stop.
We are out of here for the day.
Your pride gets hurt a little bit You know, damn, I didn't get this out in one day.
Did you see that truck in the ditch there?
750 miles northeast.
We got a call in about a tractor-trailer unit. It's laying on its side on Highway 831.
New Alberta lead Colin McLean is back in Heavy Rescue's rotator, heading south out of Lac La Biche.
It's loaded with some boxes of paper. Apparently, it's only got a few pallets on it.
Colin has to leave tomorrow for a family obligation in BC. He needs to manage his crew and get this recovery done quick.
Taking care of everything is a different role than I had last year, but things have got to get done. Let's get them done.
We're at a truck stop, discuss a plan of action, how I want my flagging crew set up. The accident's about 12 kilometers up this highway. It's a 53-foot van trailer that's pretty empty.
Earlier today, Colin sent a junior driver to inspect the job and take photos.
Everything looks good. It looks like it went in soft.
Nice.
We'll drag the thing up out of the ditch. Bang, bang, all of us, we're out of here.
Based on the photos, Colin plans to flip the trailer with the load inside.
Okay, so tires, everything looks good. Landing gear, good. Everything's all good.
But Jamie's brother Kelly spots a problem, not visible in the photos.
See a lot of damage. There's no strength to this here. The integrity's breached. Can't believe this.
I didn't see that when I come out here to look.
The junior driver breaks the bad news.
I was mistaken. It's pretty ugly up front.
I wish you would have shown me a picture of that.
The pictures that I had seen had not shown any of that.
This whole thing is
The trailer was completely all caved in. The roof was completely torn wide open.
You okay?
No, I'm pissed off.
You start pulling on this thing, you're just gonna tear it apart.
Damn, heavy rescue out here in Alberta.
Kelsey's.
Yeah.
On a remote stretch of Alberta's Highway 831.
What do these boxes weigh?
Oh, yeah.
Heavy Rescue's recovery has hit a wall.
That's got to be 40 pounds.
You start pulling on this thing at all, you're just gonna tear it apart.
This whole wall would stay right here.
Yeah.
Colin had planned a quick flip with the load intact.
We were gonna have to empty the trailer.
So we got to get ourselves a
Crew to open the back doors up and
hand bomb and off. What do we put it in? It's 10 o'clock at night.
It's too late for Colin to call a salvage crew.
Everybody getting all prepped to go and do a recovery, and we get there, and then we can't do it. It pissed me off.
I should have stopped.
instead of Colin stopping here, he sent out a junior guy to do it.
They roll out there with all that equipment, waste a bunch of fuel, and the job doesn't get done that day. Blind leading the blind here.
Son of a bitch. I should have stopped. Dumbass I am. Complete idiot. I just wasted a whole day. Wasted resources, wasted people's time. Me.
If Colin's the lead in this team, he's going to really need to be a little more organized to get the job done.
But Colin won't get the chance.
Let's get the out of here.
He's got to leave for a funeral in the morning.
So, looks like it'll be my call tomorrow. That's pretty much about all I can do. So back to the drawing board again for tomorrow morning.
10 hours later,
Jamie Davis and they're manning park the area.
back on Highway 3 in BC.
Just past Thunder at Preacher's Corner.
The snow has stopped.
Yeah, I see the snow has crushed our trailer a little bit more than it was.
It's day 2. I was actually expecting this to be cleared up by now.
And lead driver John wants to get yesterday's job finished.
The biggest concern right now is getting it empty, and we'll take it from there.
Jamie's stepson Brandon is on scene to supervise traffic control on the blind corner.
Throw your board up if you can.
Yeah, I can, for sure.
So you've guys put some signs up, some warning signs on the
Yeah,
bend?
we got a warning sign back there. Okay, well,
All right, fair
I'll go
enough.
set up.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Hey, we got 4 hours to get all this done and put into that trailer. Careful in there.
Unloading a trailer, it's very time consuming. Especially a trailer like this, because it's all box by box, one at a time, hand bomb every single box.
John can't let this job drag into a third day.
Let's get this done before nightfall. We have to get it done before nightfall.
Truck's coming.
Maintenance crews have the road back in good shape. But the problem now, speed.
It's picking up, which isn't good for us.
Lovely.
Wow.
I'll transfer it over and ready to go.
Just before lunch, the salvaged cargo moves out. Time for John to tackle the recovery.
It's not a simple wreck. With trees on it, with trees inside of it, with the roof collapsed, with the wall ripped out of it, definitely not going to be an easy pull.
Jamie's new wrecker is in the shop, being winterized, so he's called for help from another family member.
How's it going, buddy?
You ready for this?
We're ready for this.
Chris Mervin is right-hand man to Jamie's youngest brother Jason at Aggressive Towing.
We have a piece of a tree here, stuck on the trailer. There's another tree up front.
Okay.
And of course, you can see that it's split in half.
The wall of the trailer okay on the other side?
Nope, it's done. It's all gone, blown out.
Chris doesn't have much time to work out his strategy.
So what's the plan?
We'll try chaining the axle to the fifth wheel plate.
Okay.
Kind of give her a little bit more support.
Yeah.
If you have a rep sitting on scene with you, you definitely want to keep him happy.
Because she's definitely compromised.
If you look at the floor inside, it's gone, right?
Yeah.
But we need to get it up in one piece, and we need to get it up quickly.
You risk a chance of ripping it completely in half if you don't find a way to make it more secure.
Can we fit underneath and all the way up? Pretty much, don't know.
Pretty much, I think. I might be able to wiggle my way up. He's skinnier than both of us. Hey, skinny mini! We need to feed chain up through there.
Up through that skinny little hole, buddy.
To try and hold them together?
That's what we're hoping for.
You want me to hook it to that one?
They construct a cross brace to support the sagging trailer deck. Chains running the length of the trailer should give added support.
Okay, buddy. Take the binder off there. Yeah, move it down. Almost got our chains on her. Just a fight to get them tight. Now one chain's pretty tight now.
Tight as it's gonna get.
If we can't get this out tonight, then it's another day of loss.
John will pull on the rear of the trailer with HR-50.
It's getting dark.
While Chris pulls on the tractor with his 50-ton wrecker.
Because if I go before you, we're pushing the trailer into itself. So you're gonna pull at the same time as me.
And their timing has to be perfect.
We'll pull her back far enough so we can get the front nose of the truck. And
If John and I didn't pull the same amount at the same time, I'd split the trailer, or John could have pulled the trailer away from the truck.
Okay, connected.
We need to do this. We need to get it out in one piece.
Ready? Yeah!
If the trailer rips apart, it'll add hours to the job.
Tractor alone weighs 30,000 pounds. That's a very serious chunk of weight just sitting there not wanting to come out of the ditch.
I'm giving it!
Wow. There goes the tree. Trying to buckle.
Watch that cable, man. All right, buddy, I'm caught. Watch that cable, man.
At Treacherous Corner on BC's Highway 3, John and Chris are trying to recover a wrecked semi without breaking it in two.
The wall's giving away. I need you to pull. Yeah.
With Chris rigged to the tractor and John hooked to the back of the trailer, they need to pull in perfect sync.
Because the trailer had such heavy damage on it, we actually stood a pretty big risk of splitting it in half right there.
I think you've got it all from here. You don't need me to hold on, right? Now you can let it go. We'll see what happens. Okay, I'm gonna just try rolling forward here. Watch your feet. Okay. Yeah. Hey! I'm very happy we didn't tear it in half getting it out of the ditch. Took a tree with us.
Well, we brought her up, and there was still a tree stuck out of the side of it, but came up onto the road in one piece, so we'll keep that tree, take her home.
Pretty nasty, isn't it? Unbelievable.
That trailer looks like it's broken out just about. That's a bad one.
Full red line on there. Okay.
Next point in it is to get the truck ready to tow.
Let's take a look at our trailer here and see what we got.
Decide on how the trailer is going to get moved.
Thank you.
There's far too much damage to tow the trailer.
I'm worried about the bouncing, though. The flex is going to keep on ripping out the middle, right?
Now, John and Chris have to figure out a way to get it back to the yard without tearing it in half.
It's going to get ugly.
It's a tough go.
Just south of Lac La Biche in Alberta.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Watch yourself, he's coming down into the ditch.
With Colin away in BC, it's up to Kelly Davis, Jamie's middle brother, to take over last night's wreck.
The assessment wasn't done properly. Somebody made a mistake. Couldn't do the job.
Let's call you back.
The damaged trailer needed to be unloaded
Holy
before it could be flipped.
There we go.
After yesterday's storm, it's taken almost 24 hours to get a salvage team and a crane on site.
A little bit more. We'll pick it, put it up on the road. We'll get it skid, wrapped up right away, get back in, pack up another one.
Heavy rescues forced to take half the highway, squeezing traffic on 831 down to one lane.
With the adverse weather conditions, people can't see. It's a whiteout situation. Somebody doesn't see our flaggers, and they end up coming in. They're going to hit another truck.
We're wanting to clean this up really fast and get out of here.
The client wants the load of paper recovered dry. and ready for delivery.
Let's wrap this bitch.
Whoa, suck it in!
No, just bring it out. A little bit more. Bring it down. It's gonna swing.
We're kind of getting over the hump.
We're good.
They've got the freight offloaded. Let's get the stuff on your truck.
Yep.
And then pull this out.
No problem.
Okay. We'll uprate the trailer and pull it up, and off we go.
But just as Kelly gets ready,
he starts slipping. So now he's stuck.
Kelly needs to get the crane truck out of the way.
Where do you want to hook onto your truck here?
So for just the second time in his life,
Okay.
he puts the rotator to work.
We throw a line on him.
Okay.
Guy just wanted to secure his vehicle so he didn't do damage to the trailer or to his truck.
Even though Kelly's got experience jumping in a new truck, heavy-duty rotator truck, I tell you, that gets me nervous.
South of Lac La Biche, Alberta, Jamie's brother Kelly needs to rescue a stuck crane truck.
Go on.
He's sliding closer and closer, edging towards the trailer. It makes the adrenaline go up.
And it's blocking his main recovery.
Turn your wheel to the left. Okay.
How much room I got?
About 5 feet. Whoa! You shifted him. Son of a bitch.
Tell him to help it out a bit. Straighten out.
A little bit. Give it a little bit of gas.
Nothing easy out here, eh? Man.
Foot on brake.
Now we're in good shape.
Okay. Beautiful.
But Kelly's next challenge is much bigger. The severely damaged semi.
My job is to get that out in one single piece.
We're going to try to roll it over and pull it right up fully intact. Their wall integrity has been broken, so anything can happen.
And this is just Kelly's second time running Jamie's most complicated record.
Sending Kelly out on that job, sending him in my rotator, I mean, he's a great guy, been around, understands the industry, but it still makes me nervous.
Jamie's seasoned swamper, Gord Lundeen, will help with the rigging.
Getting back with Jamie Davis, working up in the oil patch, I mean, that's one thing I was looking forward to. Couldn't really ask for anything better.
Nice knowing you, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Gord worked one season for Jamie.
Now we're about 24 feet too short.
Hook it up to one of the axles. Be very careful.
Now, after a year working in the city, Gord's back with Jamie.
Might as well grab the green one.
With the trailer so weakened, Kelly and Gord have to be precise with their rigging.
Knowing that the tractor is made of spring steel on the frame, you can load it up, it has energy. So we clamp down hard on the front axle, which creates energy towards your back axles.
Jamie's crew will run lines to the front and back axles of the tractor. Once the rig starts to roll, it will start pulling the trailer. A line to the back of the trailer will complete the flip.
Take her down, put her in the yard.
Kelly's still determined to keep one lane open.
Oh, baby.
Man.
When you're dealing with one live lane open, you always have something moving by you. So it makes your job area hazardous.
Green, down?
Yeah. You always have to be on your toes, you gotta be on your game, and you gotta watch out for other people in case they're not.
Kelly doesn't want to be out on this road any longer than necessary.
You want to put the light up on top there?
But his winch line
Oh. There's a rat's nest in there.
is tangled. Straightening it out won't be a quick fix.
Can't believe this, man. Air fleet.
Trailer looks like it's broken half. Oh, that's a nasty wreck.
Back on Highway 3 in BC.
They're just doing something to it here. I don't know what they're doing.
You gotta pull out the truck from the trailer, unless you want to take it down in one unit. I don't think you can, right?
Heavy Rescue has the wreck back up on Preacher's Corner.
We're gonna pull the truck off the trailer. We're gonna hook up the trailer, go down the road super slow till we get to a pull out.
But the trailer is barely holding together.
I'm worried about the bouncing though. The flex is gonna keep on ripping out the middle, right?
Yeah. You hit a bump.
It's gonna get ugly.
We could tow it like this.
Yep.
Problem is, hitting a bump, the middle of that trailer is gonna bounce. It's just gonna keep breaking. Get hook the cable up to the link there.
Pull in front of me, just dragging her out, then I'll start hooking up the trailer.
They pull the tractor safely off the road so Chris can tackle the trailer.
Is this trailer gonna fall down on us? Is it actually gonna split in half? Good question. See what happens.
Look at the cockeyed.
It's not gonna do it. Pick the trailer up.
The middle of the trailer is buckling.
And it folded in half like a taco. This trailer's gonna bottom right on the ground. We got a little bit more work to go here, boys.
So we gotta think of a new plan here for this trailer.
The bottleneck is making truckers impatient.
You know how long they're gonna be?
So Chris
No, watch your heads, guys.
comes up with a quick plan B.
We cut holes in the side of the trailer to run chains through it. Chain the planks to the bottom of the trailer to try to act as another frame.
Underneath the trailer, buddy. Oh, joy. That little chain right there? Yeah. Bring that under with you.
Oh, my. I'm gonna have every chain out of my tow truck on this thing. This is a rigging nightmare.
Wow.
Chris is hoping that chaining the planks to the frame will provide enough support to get the wreck back to the yard.
Oh, bitch. I don't know how well it's gonna work, yeah. Pretty mangled.
We're gonna give her a shot here and see how she goes. Okay. You guys ready? Here we go. Yeah.
Things are crunching. We hear things breaking.
Decent. Yeah, that's hoop deep, boys. We had chains holding it together, boards holding it together. There was holes in the side of the trailer. It was a mess.
Can't even pick it up, eh?
No, man.
It is, unfortunately, turning into a show.
The trailer was so compromised that there's nothing to secure. I think it's just gonna rip. It's tear apart.
Luckily, Jamie sent a backup just in time.
It's Reed with a low bed. At the point where we decided that it was pretty rough and we could not tow it, where we would have had to make the phone call for a low bed, he actually pulled in.
They'll close both lanes of the highway. If the trailer splits apart, the debris could fall right into the oncoming lane.
We're gonna pull him right behind me and stuff it on him right in the middle of the highway.
I don't know how we're gonna get the landing legs over the neck. As soon as we pick it up, the belly pops out. It was an ugly, ugly scenario.
We'll keep an eye on it.
This is gonna be interesting.
I'm thinking, just hold together.
Hold it! Yeah, the landing gear is hitting the below the trailer. I don't know how much higher you can actually go.
Can't see your trailer at all. No.
It's gotta go though, either way. One way or another, we gotta get it out of here, right?
Trying.
The highway crews, I'm sure they're pretty pissed with us by now. We've been holding up traffic for a while.
In Manning Park, heavy rescue has shut down all traffic on BC's Highway 3,
This is gonna be interesting.
trying to clear out a severely mangled trailer.
We faced it splitting apart just trying to get it onto the low bed.
The landing gear is hitting the below the trailer. I don't know how much higher you can actually go.
Can't see your trailer at all. No. At that moment, I'm thinking, just hold together.
Okay, backing up.
Luckily enough, it all held together and we got her on there.
What a trailer. Plan B worked.
We gotta see if I can get rid of this tree.
Put it right in the trailer. It's freight. I'm okay with hauling a tree.
After 2 days, heavy rescue has pulled off a miracle at Preacher's Corner.
We got it done. We made it work.
The crew did a fantastic job. I'm glad that we didn't have to spend another day here.
We know what we're doing.
That's right, hey?
John brings Bruce's old truck, and he gets on the job, and he manages the scene.
Open up this road. Let's let these guys through.
But I really don't know the guy yet, so I want to really kind of keep an eye on him and to see where he's going to go and see what he'll evolve into.
Are they saying Highway 3 is completely open now? Yes.
The job's done. Let's go home, boys. Job well done.
They're done, they're letting us go.
Can't believe this, man.
In Alberta, the bottleneck is growing on Highway 831. But Jamie's brother Kelly can't recover the wreck
I'm getting too old for this crap.
until he untangles his winch line.
Can you let it out again?
When the road's closed and you're blocking traffic, you don't need to be dealing with tangled lines on your wrecker. Those are all kinds of things that the operator should be dealing with back at the shop.
Try it.
Going
Oh, there
now.
it goes. Kelly walked the winch line out, and then he held pressure as I pulled it back in, just so we could have it snug again.
Now we got her.
I have to drag it all the way out the spool, and then I have to sit there and wind it all the way in.
Traffic will be thick on this road today.
They can't afford to lose any more time. Highway 831 is a main feeder route to the two oil patch highways. Morning traffic is already picking up.
Okay. It's got to be up in the V of the tire, right? Yeah, it's in between the tires.
A truck like that is precarious at the best of times. We have to be laid over in a soft manner so we don't damage anything more than what was damaged.
Kelly will need to keep a careful eye on the wreck, but he won't be able to see it from the rotator's control panel. His best option is the remote.
Having the controls at your finger and being able to walk around the backside of a wreck and see where you're pulling, it's a safety item for everybody.
Is the line going out? Yeah, line's going out.
I understand how the truck works, I understand the angles, I understand leverage, but as for hands on the controls, these guys are using the remote controls. I'm not familiar with those.
What color is that one? White?
That one's the white one. It's no white.
So Kelly decides the only answer
And then don't forget about your orange.
is to call out instructions to Swamper Gord, who's never operated the wrecker outside of Jamie's yard.
Don't tell Jamie that, but you know, Gord's running his rotator.
Okay, Gord, you might as well just flip her over and get her over with.
I'll do it. Let's go.
You're gonna get the job done one way or the other. Do your white line. Okay, do your orange one.
Good thing I'm not colorblind.
Stop, bring up your green one a bit.
It's just sliding, isn't it?
Yeah, no, we're bringing it up to the ditch. It'll catch on the ditch.
We ended up dragging that truck about 5 to 10 feet to gather up some of the landscape underneath to get it to bite.
Slow her down, slow her down. Bring up your green one.
The trailer's all twisted and it's already been hit, it's compromised. And if I don't do that job right, I'm gonna pull that trailer apart. As it's twisting, I'm tensed, I'm freaked right out.
You don't like that too much.
It's a 50-50 shot.
Do the white and the orange.
Keep going?
Yeah. Nice and slow, yeah. Okay. Slow her down, slow her down.
South of Lac La Biche, Alberta, after working all night.
Start to twist.
Jamie's brother Kelly is directing his Swamper Gord for the final pull.
As it's twisting, I'm tensed, I'm freaked right out.
Tighten up on your green, but not too much. Okay? Just suck it into tension it up. Just go. Yeah, twist that over hard.
Those walls break apart, that's the integrity of the trailer.
Okay, orange.
I don't want to have a bad day, I want to have a good day.
Start to pull.
Kind of get the feel of it as it's getting tighter and tighter. You can hear it. You can hear the winch lines.
Faster on the white.
This spring tension on the frame is starting to work.
Yep, boy. You got her.
It's starting to create that energy to help roll that trailer over.
That's it. Sick. That's rad.
I was pretty proud at that point. A beautiful job.
I've never flipped a semi-truck and trailer over before. I would have called my mom and my daughter after I flipped it, but it was a little late.
After a rough start for heavy rescue,
we'll unhook everything.
Kelly Davis has pulled off the job and earned a new place of pride in the family business.
I didn't think it was actually gonna make it over. I was a little tense with the trailer being so twisted at the very end, but that last line just gave it enough to kick it back over.
Make a snow angel, Kelly.
No thanks.
We were a really good team together.
Between the two of us, we got the job done, so pretty happy about that. We'll let the traffic through.
We got it out, we did a hell of a job. I did it to the best of my ability, the training, the hanging out with my brothers, not being 100% on these trucks all the time. I think I pulled off a pretty good job.
Really have to rely on Kelly, kind of the old Clydesdale. He's got to come in there and pull this thing together. A brother can trust a brother.
Home for tacos. Beer and tacos.
Next time on Highway Thru Hell. Head-on disaster.
Wow, what a nightmare.
strikes in Alberta.
This is absolutely insane.
Pushing heavy rescue.
Guys, watch yourselves. Back up.
Into battle.
Looks like a war zone.
And testing the limits.
Hold it. Hey.
Of every man on the crew.
Stop. Guys.
Get out of there, Johnny! Get out of there!
This time on Highway Thru Hell.
It's a very sad thing to happen to any family.
A tragic wreck.
Watch yourself there. That's bad.
Puts the twist on Nick.
This is what they call family bonding.
3 generations tackle a heavy load.
Come on! This is a disaster.
And a tough job takes its toll on a towing veteran.
I threw up almost a liter of blood.
On the Highway Thru Hell. The last line of defense is a heavy rescue team ready to tackle any disaster. Because closure is not an option.
We're supposed to get a good snowstorm coming in tonight, I hear. Yeah, that's what I hear.
Just before midnight on BC's Coquihalla Highway.
Just be prepared.
A massive snowstorm is forecast to hit in the next 2 hours.
When a storm slams the mountain, you have to be very aware of your surroundings because you don't know what's going to happen next.
At the summit, sanding trucks and plows roll out for tonight's battle.
We're expecting roughly 15 to 20 centimeters. And with that, we bring all the top guns out.
Plow driver Gary Eastman has seen it all.
This hill's bipolar, because it'll change just like that, eh? We got 3,500 trucks a night up here, so we got to keep this open. Here we go. "60 miles away at his home base in the Fraser Valley.
There's going to be some aches and pains, I'm sure of it.
Towing legend Al Quiring prepares for a long night on the Cove.
Patsy.
Yes.
I've got to go do towing.
Do ya?
Yeah.
He doesn't have a schedule. He works when the phone rings.
Al couldn't do his job without the most important person in his life, his wife, Nancy.
When I go up there prepared and Nancy's had time to make me sandwiches, I can hole up on that mountain for days and not have to worry.
He'd prefer my food rather than going to a gas station for food, that's for sure.
Of all the things that I haven't done so good, at least I've done one thing good. Marry a decent woman and rear up a good family. I'll see you in a day or two.
Okay, be careful. Be safe.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Uh-huh.
I think you got chain up at Box Canyon if you can copy.
As Al climbs Highway 5.
Holy frig.
The forecasted storm has hit the mountain hard.
Hey, Alan, this low bed up here might need you.
1 minute it's all quiet, and the next minute it's full on like NASCAR wrecks everywhere. Knocking down the hill.
A driver who tried to climb the hill without tire chains
How you making out, buddy?
has spun out in the hammer lane.
As long as you got a visa that works, we can tow you right to China. You ready? Let's go. Start grabbing gears. You can go for 10, 12, 14, 18 hours there in a heavy snowstorm, and it'll seem like 15 minutes. The sooner we get at it, the sooner we're eating. Holy frig.
As the storm dies down,
I've run out of things to tow, I guess.
Al finally gets a break.
So we're gonna have us a little sandwich and wait for the next bit of chaos that comes up.
When the mountain starts to wear him down, Nancy keeps him going.
20 years she's been putting up with me coming up here in the winter. I don't know what I'd do without my wife, Nancy. It'd be a tough go, I think.
What happened to the Coke?
At 2 a.m.,
Guys in the ditch, get somebody up there right away.
another call gets Al back on the Coca-Cola.
Bit of a nightmare you didn't over yet.
But it's not for a tow-up.
Most of the time they're calling me for somebody that's blocked the highway, and here it was actually for somebody in the ditch, which is not a common thing. How do you think a guy does this? Must have been a good ride, eh?
The flatbed B train spun around 180 degrees, then landed backwards into the ditch.
This guy's in a 120-kilometer-an-hour zone, facing totally the wrong way.
The driver survived the wild ride.
It was down in the ditch underneath this thick, heavy layer of snow.
When the 60,000-pound rig went off-road, it flash froze into the deep snow.
You hit the ditch, the snow's flying, the truck's hot, and it melts into a perfect little cocoon type thing, and it's stuck there. And when it stops, it flash freezes. It's hard to break that unit out of there. She ain't gonna be pretty.
Three miles north on the Coke,
Goes sideways in a blink of an eye.
Jamie's lead driver, Scott Bird, is on his way to rescue another vehicle that's gone off the road.
I don't really know anything about the accident other than it's way over in the ditch, so.
Tow truck's on Steve. He should be much longer.
Ken Monkhouse is already working the wreck.
Ken's a great guy. Ken's been in this for a long time. You give Ken a job, he goes, he gets it done.
It's a routine job.
What's going on there, young feller? Need a hand? Got the roadblock? I got through. I got special privileges, you know.
But lately, Ken hasn't been himself.
You want a hand with something, Ken? No, I've pretty much got it. Oh, okay. I'll just be here for moral support.
Belly, belly, bula, bula. Bula, bula, bula.
Ken is one of Jamie's original employees.
Think you can handle her, city slicker? No problem, buddy.
But last winter, he left to work in the valley with Mission Towing.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
This winter,
I need as many people as I can.
Ken's returned to Jamie's heavy rescue team and the rugged action outside Hope.
The mountains seem to call to Kent. Can't relax yet. That's usually when things happen. When you relax, you gotta stay tense right till you park it in the yard. It gets harder and harder the older you get. Really, it's a young man's game.
Watch yourselves.
Tonight, Ken seems to have everything under control. But the veteran tow operator isn't well.
I been having some stomach aches the last couple weeks. I came into work, walking to the tow truck to start it up and warm it up. I threw up almost a liter of blood. Just very, very weak.
Ken gets the van on its way.
He's having a bad day.
But makes it his last call of the night.
So I said to the dispatcher, you're gonna have to find someone else to cover these calls.
Extremely slippery. Just drove it right into the ditch. Firing is on scene.
3 miles south, Al's dealing with a heavy wreck that spun off the highway.
It's a tricky little spot.
The amazing thing is that there was actually very little damage to the truck, which is kind of unheard of.
The 60,000-pound B train is frozen into the ditch. If Al pulls too hard, he could twist its frame.
Even though that unit might weigh 60,000 pounds, it's going to take maybe 100,000 pounds to pull to bust it loose.
Al's only option is to attempt a series of sideways pulls to move the wreck up the bank.
Everything is cold, everything is frozen, and the resistance in that ditch with the snow is at its maximum.
Al starts by pulling on the least buried part of the rig, the back end.
You're pulling on 3 separate pieces there, so pull on one end, work it up, pull in the middle, work it up.
Come on, sweetheart. Oh, that sounds better. Right on, we made her.
To break the rest of the rig free, Al will need something extra. Al extends his outrigger.
Use this winch to pull out the other one.
And doubles a line running to the middle of the rig. But the more Al pulls, the more his 60,000-pound record creeps closer to the ditch.
It's frozen and in deep ground. The more I pull on it, the tougher it's going to be.
Unbelievable.
Roads are compact, slushy, slippery, temperature is -1. All the plows are working north now, guys.
2 a.m. on the Coquihalla Highway.
Come on, baby.
Al Quiring struggles to get a B train, frozen in deep snow, back on the road.
All these little tiny molecules of ice, and you wouldn't believe huge holding power.
The buried tractor and its 2 flatbed trailers are putting up a good fight against Al's heavy record.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Good, good, good.
Out of room, Al gets the 30-ton B train back on the road.
It's nice when things work mostly like they're supposed to.
Well, it was a little bit hard to bust out of there, but, you know, eventually we got it.
We were able to get it bust loose with the power of the Vulcan V100 wrecker.
But Al has one last obstacle.
Okay, my friend, we'll get you off the road here.
The semi is facing the wrong direction.
So we're gonna take them back down the highway to snowplow U-turn and get them onto the right side of the highway.
Here goes a little yeehaw moment.
After 2 decades on the Coke, Al knows all the shortcuts to tow a customer back to safety.
That was a heck of a ride. He's out of the ditch. He'll be warm tonight. That's the most important thing.
The next morning in the Fraser Valley.
Yeah, how's Highway 7 looking? Closed, going east. Now what happened, do you know? There was the head-on.
Mission Towing's Nick Perrin is on his way to the toughest kind of wreck.
We're headed to a fatality accident involving a B train and a car. As far as I know, that's all the information that I have. We're definitely going to have our work cut out for us today.
Holy, it's bad.
A B train hauling particle board collided with a small sedan. The driver of the car died in the crash.
Unfortunately, with this accident, there was a young female who didn't make it out alive.
Fatality accidents is a major part of what we do, unfortunately.
It's a very sad thing to happen to any family. It's very emotional to deal with.
The accident happened overnight. As police wrap up their investigation, the recovery can begin.
It has been closed for about 8 hours. The urgency is to get it open so the people can get to their destination.
Heavy operator Neil Wakefield arrives in Mission's 35-ton wrecker.
Yeah, just one truck out of the way so I can get to the front.
There's a lot of plywood all over the road. This truck is all tangled up. It's a real mess.
Yeah, right around the frame right here. Right, we want to get one lane open as quick as we can. Yeah. So if you can drag them that way 20 feet, we can push it over. Yeah, yeah.
To reopen a single lane of traffic, highway crews want Nick's team to drag the tractor and its 2 trailers to one side. But hundreds of sheets of particle board are in the way.
We're anticipating that we're going to run into a problem.
You want to do both lines on that one chain?
Yeah.
Yeah?
But we're going to give it a shot and just see if we can't get this thing off to the one side and have one lane open.
Okay, I'm going to pull ahead.
It would take hours to pick up the boards, so Nick and Neil have to work around them.
So far, so good. Looking good, looking good. No, we're not going. We're not going.
We've moved this thing about 5 feet.
See if we can pull that back trailer around, because it's probably all that wood under the other side.
It's jammed up in the particle boards, and it brought this whole thing to a halt.
So 103, I want to be heading her down to Pine Creek Hill.
60 miles northeast on the Coquihalla Highway.
Hey, 10-4, and we got flaggers and everything as you said, right?
10-4.
Jamie has dispatched Robert and Ken to handle a complete mess.
Gotta get all Buddy's possessions and everything out of the median.
The driver was hauling a fully loaded home-built shed on top of a trailer.
They started to jackknife, and something must have shifted in the trailer and blew the sidewalls out.
Everything the driver owns was launched down the deep embankment.
But he's a lumberjack.
Gonna be a long day. Scott Bird is on scene with HR 116 to winch the heavier items back to the road.
Start at the top, work our way down, I guess, eh? There was all kinds of tools, pretty much anything that you would find in a guy's home workshop type of thing.
But Ken and the rest of Jamie's crew will have to hand bomb hundreds of other items up the hill.
This is what happens when you take a homemade trailer, stuff it full of stuff, and go down the road.
It's gonna be labor intensive, it's gonna be time intensive. Take the line up. It sucks that we have to be there, but at the same time, it's somebody's personal belongings, and it's probably a big part of their life. So you gotta pick up as much of the stuff as you can.
Dog's breakfast, that is. Hold all the way up.
The guy had a lot of stuff in that trailer, a lot of stuff.
The crew winches up the most valuable thing in the pile, a vintage motorcycle.
I ride bikes, I collect stuff. I could just well imagine how I would feel if I was in that guy's shoes.
But for Ken, recent health problems only add to the misery.
I'm not feeling really good today. It's just the energy.
The job is about to get even worse for Ken.
I'm out of here.
Where are you going?
Mission.
Mission?
I got a phone call from Jamie, and there's a little bit more of a pressing issue down the valley that had to get dealt with.
Unfortunately, I gotta take off. I don't want to, but I got to.
With Scott leaving, the wrecker's powerful winch lines are out of the game.
All this garbage.
Scotty had to go, and this leaves me and Ken here. We got no small wrecker to pull stuff up. Kinda sucks, buddy.
This is a disaster.
Why is Highway 7 closed?
In BC's Fraser Valley,
There was a head-on collision there this morning.
a major accident has claimed one life and closed a trucking route to the west coast.
We want to get one lane open as quick as we can? Yeah.
Nick and Neil's first attempt to drag the wreck to one side to open a lane of traffic
You give it a try and hope you get lucky.
has hit a roadblock.
No, we're not going. Yeah, it's getting hung up in all that wood there.
Kind of sucks that it didn't work, but we're gonna have to do it some other way.
Nick calls in a second heavy wrecker.
We'll try unpinning that pup trailer and just drag that thing out of here.
The extra wrecker will pull on the B train's back trailer, called the pup. The pup is pinning down the rest of the tractor trailer. The plan is to disconnect and drag the pup away from the wreck so the rest of the B train can be pulled in the opposite direction into one lane.
Okay.
Watch yourself here.
Watch the schooner.
Beautiful.
Okay, so he can pull that over there.
The pup trailer is out of the way, but moving the rest of the tractor trailer won't be as easy.
My truck isn't made to pull this kind of weight on its side. It's gonna fight the whole way.
Neil's 35-ton wrecker bucks under the weight of the drag.
The front wheels of Neil's tandem are coming right off the ground.
But gets the job done.
That worked out.
Before the highway can be reopened, a salvage crew moves in for its sweep.
So did they open that westbound yet? No, not yet.
But Nick and Neil still have to get the rest of the wreck back on its wheels.
It's got a bad twist in the frame.
Yeah.
The tractor twisted 90 degrees off the trailer, and all that torque is waiting to let go.
The truck's sitting on its side, but the trailer's actually sitting upside down, so there is energy that's inside there. That energy is going to release as we start to take the twist out of it.
The crew will try and line the trailer up before the flip, so the cab's frame doesn't come down too hard.
Good.
We want to try and keep it together so when we do upright it, it won't be a big mess to clean up. But we don't want to spend any more time here than we have to. We want to get this over and done with.
Country would say, voila.
Voila.
Less than 3 hours after Nick's team arrived, the last piece of the wreck is on its way.
All in all, I think the job went well. Given the circumstances, it's kind of a tough one to deal with, you know, because there's been a loss of a life here.
My hat goes off to every single first responder that was on that scene. It's a very heartfelt, very hard thing to deal with.
Back on the Coquihalla,
Scotty had to go. This leaves me and Ken here. Kind of sucks, buddy.
Ken and Robert have been up and down a bank for the last 5 hours, retrieving hundreds of items from a small trailer.
You're at the bottom of the embankment. It's about a 20% grade and it's covered in snow. And you have no traction on your feet, and you're cold and you're wet. When you're doing a job and you're in the deep snow and it's cold, you'd rather be in any other place than in that ditch. You just gotta hunker down and get her done. There's just no other way around it.
But life in the ditch is wearing Ken down.
I've seen so many things in the 28 years I've been a tow truck driver.
After 3 decades of towing, the strain and stress
Get out, get out, get out, get out!
is catching up with him.
A couple years ago, I slid backwards down a hill. Last July, I came 4 feet from getting crushed by a lumber truck that was on fire on its side, sliding down the road. I wake up in the middle of the night, my heart's going 9 million miles an hour. You can only dodge fate so many times, and when your number's up, your number's up. Sooner or later, you know, it's gonna get me.
By late afternoon, Ken gets a break. Mike Reynolds shows up with a wrecker to help Jamie's crew wrap up the job.
Oh, that's a lot of Mike just showed up. We need to try to get this stuff out of here. Sorry, buddy.
Well, there's so many little bits and pieces.
It's frustrating.
Is that another wall?
It's like we're gonna be there all night long, and it's just gonna get colder and colder.
Just before dark, a truck and trailer rolls up to haul the final load back to Jamie's yard.
This is just all this good stuff.
After the marathon day, Ken and crew are finished.
At a certain age, running yourself on a big job like that really takes a toll on you.
Be out here in this kind of environment doing this type of work.
Getting too old for this nonsense.
Early next morning in the Fraser Valley,
Should be able to get it out.
Al Quiring's on his way to a big job near his home base.
I have very little information on what caused the accident. All I know is a flip semi with a load of paper in it.
Today, Al's recruited his oldest son, Kerry. For the last few years, Kerry's tackled smaller towing jobs, hoping to work his way into heavy recovery.
He's my guy. Prince of the Coquihalla, right here. Right there. He's the king.
He's 21 years old, and probably from about age 3, he's been riding in a tow truck. He's been exposed to heavy towing just about all his life.
Father-son bonding is what it is.
For Kerry, it's a chance to move one step closer to taking the wheel from his legendary father.
My long-term goal is to keep going. He can start slowly, turn that switch dial down, then I can start turning that dial up.
I'm counting the days when he can take over my job.
Did you see that truck in the ditch there? That's a bad one.
Go up and turn around and then back in behind me here.
The semi caught the edge of the narrow road and toppled into the ditch.
George, of being a truck driver.
Knocking its load of industrial-grade paper onto the trailer's side wall.
There's probably about 70 or 80,000 pounds of paper in it. Big, heavy rolls. Very heavy, hard to deal with.
Rain is forecast, so unloading the enormous paper rolls is not an option.
Chances are, once the paper is wet, the product is lost.
How are we going to get this out without damage?
The answer is a special tool designed for this type of heavy recovery. Inflatable airbags are the best way to raise a loaded trailer without blowing out a wall.
Air cushions were designed back in the 1940s for actually lifting aircraft.
Al's dad, Bob, is also on scene.
I did enough of this over my years, let me tell you.
Making it 3 generations of Quirings.
Between the two of them, they have so many family secrets that have been acquired for 4 generations.
Book is green. It says Quiring right on the front. Guide to Heavy Duty Recovery. There it exists. A lot of branches underneath the load.
The airbags can't be installed until Al and Carrie clear some room. Even cut back, the sharp branches are still a hazard.
The airbags will get punctured.
So Al shares another tow secret with Carrie.
Get some plywood in underneath to protect the air cushions.
Beauty.
Take another bite. But Al needs more than air power to get the job done. So he's called in a local company with a rotating boom to help land the trailer back on its wheels.
We'll let the air cushions get it up pretty high.
Yeah.
And then we'll get the straps on there.
If Al isn't careful, tens of thousands of pounds of paper could punch through the trailer's wall.
As that unit is going up, you've got to really watch that you don't fracture that trailer because it's a real possibility.
That paper drum pushes against the trailer, and now that trailer is wrecked.
Come on!
This airbag might kick out here.
In the Fraser Valley,
This airbag might kick out here.
3 generations of Quirings are working together.
This is what they call family bonding.
Al, his dad Bob, and son Carrie are counting on the family's airbag system to slowly push a trailer with industrial-sized rolls of paper back onto its wheels.
You really got to use your ears to know what's going on, listen to the trailer, and be careful. You don't want to start ripping the trailer open.
One step at a time, things can change.
Come on!
Yeah, it started to push. Started to push.
Easy, easy, easy. Listen to the trailer. I think we're there.
The airbags have raised the trailer as far as they can. So, it's up to the local boom operator to bring it home.
Pull! Pull it! Oh!
The tractor trailer and its 80,000 pounds of paper is back on the road.
Yeah, basically.
For Carrie, it's another recovery to pick up a few more family secrets.
Working with my family, I've learned a lot of tricks and trade secrets, and it's something that separates you from the rest of the crowd.
Back in Hope at Jamie's yard, Scott Bird is doing some maintenance
filling up washer fluid and making sure I can go out on the job.
When a curious customer shows up, the owner of the homemade trailer.
Well, we're gonna have to pack that trailer really well.
There he is. He's come to get his stuff and the most important things that he was worried about.
My most valued possession on there was my Harley and the parts, and I seem to have most of them back.
It was all there.
Going that extra mile, that's the kind of attitude that we need, and that's what Scotty did. He did the coolest thing.
Brother, you have no idea how much this helps, even though it looks like it's really hurting me. I still own a motorcycle. I'm really grateful.
Yeah, no problem, bud. No problem. I sharpened a pencil a couple of times, and we came up with a deal for him so he could carry on.
Okay, guys, thank you.
You always have to have a soft spot in your heart for the people that have been impacted. No matter how bad the job sucks.
Ken's not at the yard for the reunion. He's taken a much-needed day off.
We're going to my hiding place when I gotta get away and turn my phone off and just chill out.
After one of his roughest weeks in years, Ken needs to calm his nerves and think about his future.
Coming out here definitely helps me de-stress and relax.
This morning, Ken received some unsettling news about his health.
I went to the hospital. I was diagnosed with a bleeding ulcer. According to my doctors, I have to change pretty much everything about my life if I want to live to be a wise old man. It's all to do with I was involved in an incident on the highway just west of Hope last summer. Since then, I've been having problems with a post-traumatic stress. You just worry and worry and worry and worry about everything. It's a huge issue for first responders all around the world. We're losing a lot of people to suicide because of it. Me and Ken have been friends for a long time. I hope he pulls out of this. You know, I'm really worried about him. Probably time for Ken to make a change.
On a backcountry road.
Oh, is it a four-wheeler?
In BC's Fraser Valley,
That's a nasty little road.
Al Quiring's oldest son has been dispatched to a wreck. Kerry Quiring is in the family's 20-ton truck, on his way to tackle a remote recovery alone.
By the sounds of things, it's a field medic truck. It's tipped over, it's laying out on the side.
With Kerry, there's a lot of towing in his blood.
Rainbow, that means there's signs of gold up here somewhere.
He's got to be able to see the job through from the start to the finish.
So it's dead?
Yeah.
Oh.
Learning the family business hasn't always come easy for Kerry. His last job didn't go as planned.
Look like an idiot.
It's been a slow progress for him, but it's been a learning stages as well.
Today, Kerry's back road wreck looks tougher than expected. Out of cell range and on his own.
There's a little bit of pressure. Another learning step.
Kerry has to recover a fully loaded first aid truck deep in a ditch.
This looks like a bigger job than expected.
To there.
The truck is a specialized unit packed with medical equipment. Its heavy, modified box gives it a high center of gravity, making it easy for a junior operator to get into trouble.
I realized how top-heavy, flippy it was.
We're done with this one.
I'm just gonna hook onto the back here.
As Kerry re-rigs the 16,000-pound load, he discovers a new obstacle.
A lot of heavy rain. Creeks are swollen up, as well as the shoulders are soft. hope it doesn't tip over.
The truck is hung up.
Am I doing anything at all? Come on, lift. Lift. Not plow, lift.
The more Kerry tries to lift the wreck, the more it threatens to tip over.
It started tipping too much, and I didn't like it. I don't like that at all. And I got to a point where it didn't matter what I did with my truck. Yeah, I'm just trying to fight it, tipping. I'm in a position where I don't like to be.
In the Fraser Valley, on a remote logging road.
I hope it doesn't tip over. I'm in a position where I don't like to be.
Kerry Quiring is in trouble.
Am I doing anything at all?
The heavy rescue rookie is trying to winch a top-heavy load.
I don't like that at all.
But if Kerry keeps pulling, he could lose the wreck.
Hang on, guys. I only had myself to count on in this situation. I thought to myself, what will my dad do in this position?
He's got to have confidence when there is no set plan in place.
I got something up my sleeve here. I got a strap. Oh, I'm just gonna hook to this tree to get the angle.
He rigs a snatch block to a nearby tree.
There.
And redirects a line to stabilize the wreck.
I opened up the Quiring Tool Book of Secrets.
It's a good learning experience for him.
That's a Quiring Tool secret there.
Kerry pulls out a victory for the family tow business.
I'm not as quick as my old man, but he's got another 25, 30 years on me.
The secrets of his father guiding him along.
There's no actual I'll book tow secrets, but it sounds pretty good.
I had a plan that he was maybe going to go into school, become a doctor, a lawyer, anything like that. I'm not heartbroken that he's not. I'm happy that he is taking the reins up behind me.
How was your day, boys? You survived out there?
Yeah. He just wants to be so much like his dad and like his grandfather. You know, he wants to be just like them.
In hope.
What is this?
Jamie has a surprise for one of his longest-running employees and friend.
Ole.
A new truck for Ken Monkhouse.
Look, Monkey, I got your present. Wow.
What have you done now, Jim?
There was an opportunity to buy what we call a detachable towing unit. It's made just for towing trucks, not heavy recovery.
Wow. It's your old truck that you used to drive in?
Yeah, I drove it in 2008, man. That's amazing, buddy. There you go. Turns out the truck was driven by Ken before I came across it.
Got your name on the door, too. Ken. That's right.
Oh, wow.
It's a chance for Ken to stay in the business and shift his life into a lower gear.
I'm actually looking forward to maybe slowing her down a bit.
He can take this truck to the city and do local tows. A little easier job for him than doing the heavy recovery.
Well, I can't believe this is like
I kept it
the best surprise I've had in a long time, buddy.
Kept it secret. Don't cry.
Every life has stress. It just depends on how much stress do you add to your life. I can't add any more stress to my life.
Everybody,
Okay,
all
man.
yours. Go to work.
You're a good man. I
Take
will.
her drive.
I will.
Ken's gonna have a hard time being away from the recovery side of things, but towing is really what he needs to be doing now.
It's all downhill from here, Jimmy. Trip down memory lane, getting in this old girl.
It's a win for Ken And a win for Jamie as he expands his towing business west towards Vancouver.
There seems to be a lot more business in the Lower Mainland. So hopefully Ken can pick up some of that business, give himself a little bit lighter of a job at the same time, and this deal can work out.
Jamie trusts me enough to go out and start a new business and put my name on the door. That tells me that he's putting a huge amount of faith in me. So I'm not going to turn my back on an opportunity like that with Jamie Davis. If anybody can do it, it's Ken Lopez.
Next time on Highway Thru Hell. Closure in the canyon.
There's 2 trucks banged up down here.
Wow. This is not an easy task.
Forces Geordie's crew.
We want to clear this traffic on this side.
To pull an all-nighter. Team Green.
Think of a giant ostrich egg.
Juggles an odd job. And Jamie's top man.
There will be words exchanged over this.
Cleans house. This time, on the season finale of Highway Thru Hell. After a winter of battles on the coast.
Went off this tree.
Heavy Rescue's toughest season ever.
Start pulling!
Is far from over. In Alberta's oil patch, Jamie's big gamble.
I could have been dead.
Guys, back up!
Oh, they're landing here.
Is put to the ultimate test.
They're backed up.
And months away from home bring Adam to a breaking point.
Go! Go!
Threatening to tear
Decisions.
Heavy Rescue apart. On the Highway Thru Hell. The last line of defense is a heavy rescue team ready to tackle any disaster. Because closure is not an option.
Flashing slippery. Oh yeah, okay. That's how many years.
The first signs of a spring thaw have hit northern Alberta.
Just real ugly mess up there.
After months in a deep freeze, melting snow turns the oil patch highways into a slushy mess.
Just takes one bad decision to go from hero to zero.
At 1 p.m., Peace Officer Larry Baker heads to a major accident.
Charlie 1 from 8704.
We have a call on Highway 63 for a transport truck versus a car. Injuries are unknown at this time.
Highway 63 rescue has just gotten on scene and there's a lot of debris. The road's closed down. So that's a bad sign.
Both northbound lanes to the oil patch are cut off.
What's going on up there? Is it a big truck or is it four-wheeler? I heard it was something to do with a concrete slab.
He was on the road. I think she went up the pass, or she was in that fast lane coming across. Caught some slush, and it got hit on the passenger side.
A pickup truck tried to pass in the fast lane, spun out in the slush, and got T-boned by a semi-trailer loaded with 40-foot-long slabs of concrete.
When the semi made that impact, it hit his brakes as hard as he could, and the whole load shifted forward. So it pushed the whole load right into the back of the truck, so the truck can't move?
And so I was sleeping in the bunk. Yeah, I wake up and there's the bunk right there in my face. Oh, I could have been dead.
First wreck I've ever been in.
Happened so fast, nothing I could do.
Yeah, it's gonna be a couple more hours before they open that up. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Oh yeah, there's a chopper. Yeah, that's not a good sign when that comes in.
The woman driving the pickup suffered serious injuries.
She's currently going to be airlifted to Edmonton.
Oh, they're landing here.
Guys, back up!
You want to go grab our yellow cone? Yeah. Out of the truck, and then we'll just start coning this off for now.
Heavy rescue is on scene within 20 minutes. With the chopper in the air,
Just pull in front of Adam for now.
the crew can get to work.
Tractor trailer smashed up and a pickup in the ditch. There was just everywhere.
Ew. 3 big concrete slabs had fallen off.
Dirty, dirty, dirty load. They're backed up.
Pull!
Oh!
The priority is getting one lane open. Heavy rescue has to clear the 3,000-pound slabs.
My main concern is getting the highway open, just getting the job done.
"800 miles southwest, back in BC.
So we're gonna need a fair bit of rigging.
Jamie's heading out on an urgent police call.
We've got a pickup truck that's potentially an RCMP crime vehicle that's over a bank. We can use this. I'm gonna gear up here with some extra cables and lines and chains. The RCMP want it done now. We gotta go, we're late.
I'm on my way, I'm on my way.
The pressure was on to get this unit out of there before dark.
The stolen vehicle was ditched high up a remote mountain road 40 minutes west of Hope.
Well, all we can really do is speculate. This is some kind of a serious crime vehicle.
Let me know how, if I can assist or whatnot, I'll get out of the way.
You know, we had quite a crew there, which was good. We had quite a few hands on deck to make sure this happened in a hurry.
It's pretty far down.
See the undercarriage of it.
You gotta go up higher, Jamie.
Go up here.
Up
Keep
here?
going.
Right there?
Keep
I
going.
can see
No,
right
keep
there.
going.
The location of the wreck is going to make recovery difficult.
See right there?
So Jamie's brought along his lead BC operator, Howie Irwin.
It went off this tree, went off that tree. You can see the marks. The biggest challenge, this thing had weaved itself around trees. So it wasn't just a straightforward throw the line on it and winch it up.
I think it's going to get hung up coming between these two.
Maybe we have to take 2 turns, but this is the most clearest route, I think.
Okay.
Heavy rescue rookie Wayne will rig the pickup.
Make sure that thing stays in lock, not freewheel.
I'm surprised they even found this truck here. Look at, how would you even know it's here?
The pickup's position is far from stable.
And who knows how much further down it'll go.
Back up Highway 63 in Alberta, the concrete slabs are out of the way.
As quick as we can get that debris swept off, it's open.
The damaged truck limps to the side of the highway.
Yeah, they're open now. Oh, there you go.
Because he's got what, 1, 2.
That one's ready to fall off on the other side.
Yeah.
Now Adam's crew can start the most critical part of the job.
Just like a puzzle, right? Because if you take one piece out, all of it can fall on the ground, so.
We're gonna have to unload that cement because it's butted up right against the sleeper. Well, I don't know.
They need to shift back the entire load, piece by piece.
Get a big strap, right?
We have to make sure that none of the concrete slabs are gonna fall over off the trailer and land on anybody standing around.
Well, if they start pulling, this one could come over or something. I don't know. We won't know until we start pulling it.
It's dangerous.
No, it's a long ways away from help. I don't want to have to call another helicopter in to save me or my guys.
Hold up.
All right.
West of Hope, BC.
I can find a place to hook onto. Maybe I can just chain it. He can flop it over from there.
Jamie and the rest of the crew get set to flip the mangled truck onto its wheels.
Start pulling!
Winter up.
Yeah, keep pulling. Looks good. It's coming over. Pull it. Stop. It's coming ahead, but the tree's here.
Let me go have a look down there. I hate going down these. I don't want anybody to be hurt. It's quicker and easier for me just to go down there and show him.
They need to redirect the line so it pulls from the side.
I can use this cable, wrap it around that tree, and then go to the truck and then flop it over.
You want a snatch block?
Yes.
When it comes down hard.
Okay, there she comes.
You don't want to be in the kill zone.
I'm gonna throw this right over there. You're clear?
Throw it right here, Jamie.
You be careful, buddy.
Oh, perfect. Stop right in the tree stump.
Now let's hope this tree is nice and strong.
They rig a strap to another tree trunk with a snatch block, redirecting the line so they can pull the truck over.
Ready? Back up. Pull it.
The pickup is upright, but now they have to divert it around another obstacle.
Take this and put it on each side of the bumper on that side of the tree.
On those loops?
Yep, on each side.
Yeah.
Wayne, he hasn't done this recovery work before. Kind of a new area for him. I want to teach him and show him why and what we're doing. This truck should come around this side of the tree and come up through there.
Going up. Up.
Here he goes, here he goes. Okay, look out. Watch out, watch out. Watch out.
Good thing it's not snowing or raining. We're gonna be here a while.
Get a big strap, right?
Run it all.
Chain it to that side.
And then
pull up and over.
In northern Alberta,
Here, I'm gonna throw this to you.
Adam and Colin have to shift 30,000 pounds of concrete before they can clear Highway 63.
My biggest concern was just to get them blocks off the back of the cab so we could get the truck towed off the highway and get the traffic moving.
just a little bit. 100 phone calls from the office.
Hello.
And there's a growing backlog of recoveries all the way up to Fort McMurray.
Phone calls from the office, wanting me to do this, wanting me to do that. And I told them, well, I can't.
But there's a new arrival to take off some of the pressure. Ken Monkhouse has been away from heavy rescue since a close call early in the season.
I was too shaky. I lost my nerve for a couple months, sir.
Get out of the...
wouldn't have rode her that far. You done a hell of a job.
Too old for this bull.
So I had to go back to work and just work through it and get it out of my head. It took a long time.
Up she goes.
But after 3 months in the city, Ken's back and joining the team in Alberta.
Oh, I like Ken. You know, he's got a different personality about him.
I never felt like I was part of the team until I left the team. And then I kind of realized, well, yeah, you know, you were a pretty big key part of that team. So you had to come back and retake my place.
I'm on my way. You bet.
As Ken hauls the pickup away, Adam is tackling the B train.
Good. You don't want to put a lot of pressure on these, do you?
No, I don't, no.
Adam will employ the rotator to lift the strapped stacks of concrete up off the trailer and then use HR-68 to slide them back into position.
I want to make sure what I'm doing is right. I don't want to hurt my guys. I don't want to have a block slide into my truck.
They shouldn't fall off now anyways, I don't think.
It's like a big game of Jenga. You got to be careful of what you do.
There you go, there you go. Oh, yeah.
It's a kind of a finesse kind of job. I don't need no rip and tear right now, so we gotta be careful. Like, everything's on the verge of falling off. You got it?
Kevin, backstrap, backstrap.
Take this off? Yeah, is it tight? Yeah. Be careful with that.
All it would take would be one wrong move, and bottom slabs could slip out, and the whole thing could come down, and I'm the guy that's standing on top of the pile.
This one? Yeah. We'll just take it off, and then we'll throw it over. We'll just let it go slowly. Okay, we'll take it, we'll throw it over top. Tighten it? Yeah, tighten it. Not super tight, but just snug.
No, don't tighten it up too much, because this second one we're gonna move is gonna run right into it.
Yeah.
Just so it's taut.
So it's what?
Taut.
Taut.
Taut. Taut.
It will be a balancing act. Right to the end.
You got about another foot to go before you clear the deck.
Okay.
Off a Forest Service road west of Hope, BC,
Okay. Going up.
Jamie and his crew fight to get a stolen truck up an unstable slope.
Okay, look out. Here he goes, here he goes. Watch out, watch out. Watch out. The pressure was on to get this unit out of there before dark. The RCMP wanted it out of there, so, you know, we had to perform.
But the truck is caught on a tree, and the line is straining with the load.
Get way back. Get behind a tree. This is a very hard pull right now. So if you're behind a tree,
yeah,
you know, the whip will hit the tree and not you.
You have to keep in mind how much energy is in that cable when it breaks. I've seen them cut right through light bars, cut beacons in half.
Watch out, Don. That's perfect. That's what we wanted.
Keep going.
Did he say keep going? I hope so, because I'm still pulling.
Heavy rescue has to pull it up through 500 feet of rough, dense forest.
We're going to have to weave this truck through these trees and back out, which means a lot of blocking, rigging, directional pulling in each different way. Perfect. You think it'll come through those trees? So just go as much as you can.
When we pulled it up, we just kind of steered it between the trees, using snatch blocks, pulleys, and chains.
You okay there, buddy? I'll get her. That's one thing about this job. Hey man, you ain't getting up that bank without climbing, so it actually forces you to do a little exercise.
There goes.
I knew it would roll over when it came up to the top. So using the pickup truck, I'd put a strap around it. We actually pulled it sideways. We've kept the RCMP happy in their investigation, and it's not staying over the bank one more night. You don't want to be, hanging over these cliffs in dark. You really don't. It's a daytime job for everybody's safety. Best way to do it.
You gotta pull!
On Alberta's Highway 63, Heavy Rescue North is grappling with massive slabs of concrete.
Just want to get out of here. Get off the road. We've got calls on hold and everything else.
But it's a painstaking job, putting extra pressure on the boss.
Can you go up a bit?
Oh, more?
The last thing Adam needs is another problem.
Lines all. His lines are all as usual on this thing.
Adam Gazzola is fighting to secure a load of concrete on a wrecked B-train. The truck hit a pickup, forcing its entire load to slam forward into the back of the cab. All the pieces need to be moved back, but Colin's tangled winch line is causing a delay.
His lines are all as usual on this thing. I'm not trying to rag on you, but it seems like every time we use that thing.
It's been a long season for Adam managing Heavy Rescue Alberta.
The first wrap off and everything else, that first wrap doesn't really matter. It's a common occurrence. Every job I go to with them, we're constantly yarding lines out with another truck.
But Adam's struggles here have paid off for the company.
Hook your winch line to the back of that trailer and yard it out.
Well, I think it went okay. It takes a group effort.
Pull on that cable.
I think I done great,
Oh, hey. Me, man.
We had a lot of good months there, but it's lots of hard work. I've always kind of looked after things if Jamie left town or something like that, but never to this extent.
We're gonna use the red or the blue one?
Well, hopefully it works.
With the line straightened out, the crew can return to the delicate balancing act.
The biggest challenge was making sure that we kept the integrity of the load together without anybody getting hurt or injured or killed.
That's everybody.
And we got it done in a nice, timely fashion.
We're gonna tow the truck and trailer back to our yard.
As Colin prepares to haul the trailer away,
Go up more.
Adam's mind is already on the next job.
I got people relying on me. I can never really relax.
Being away from the family, being out there, handling new people, being a manager. I think this year for Adam had to be his toughest year ever here.
The work I'm used to, but I'm not used to the mental exhaustion.
And the worst hardship up north has nothing to do with work.
My biggest sacrifice was my family. They sacrificed the most. I miss my family while I'm up here. Well, family means everything to me.
Later that day,
Enjoying a nice sort of end of winter, beginning of springtime up here.
back at the crew house,
You said breadcrumbs, right? Not bread chunks?
Adam's local family is unwinding after their tough day.
Working around the clock and no sleep beats you down, so it's hard for your body to adapt to all that.
Adam likes Bannock, and we're gonna have Bannock burgers tonight.
Now that's a burger.
Oh, that's a burger.
Good job, boys.
Thanks, Jamie. Hula.
Hula.
This looks good. Hopefully the old salmonella don't catch up with me.
It's a rare chance for Adam to relax and call home.
Hello. How's it going? So how are the kids doing? Is Kayla gonna be awake later on?
I come out to Alberta to work. I'm sacrificing my family time to be up here to try to make things a go.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll try to call before it gets too late. I don't want her to forget who I am.
So it really makes you think twice of what the hell you're doing.
Okay, I gotta get going here before they burn the house down. Talk to you later. Okay, love you.
This is a rough business to be a manager in. You're demanding somebody to work anytime, anywhere, in any conditions. There's not many people who could take that on and run with it.
The next day, Adam heads north up 881 to consider his options and visit a familiar face.
Ta-da! Yep, new truck finally. Couldn't wait with Jamie anymore, so back to the oil patch, brand new truck.
These days, Scott Bird drives an oil tanker. But until last summer, he worked for Heavy Rescue.
I just kind of walk around it once or twice and see if you can come up with something that sort of makes some sort of sense. Let's just give this a whirl. Hey, is everybody out of my way? Okay, let's rig her down, boys.
Good to see you. Come and check out your digs.
Adam's here to get a taste of living conditions for truckers in the oil patch.
Snacking fridges and the ice cream fridge.
No wonder why we can't get any drivers, eh?
Hey, you'll like this. Laundry room that doesn't take any quarters. These are our digs.
Nobody sleeping in the bathtub like our place?
Nobody in the bathtub, man. You know?
Can I borrow your quarters for laundry at home?
If you need to, you can.
Well, I can't even say you guys are spoiled because it's what you guys deserve.
Well, that's what everybody in the oil patch gets,
Especially when you're away from home all the time.
There's our slots, our pay stubs are all in there, you know? I better not show you that. You'll get you hanging off the end of the boob. I think Adam's getting to the point that he's needing to do something different, you know? Okay, buddy.
Appreciate it. Yeah, be safe. I'll see you around up here somewhere soon.
Yeah, you betcha.
Thanks a lot, eh? Walking through Scott's camp and then heading home to what I gotta go home to, it's like, holy like when you go and look at accommodations or a workplace like that, you get confused, you know? Like, are you making the right decision by doing the job you're doing? Maybe it might not be a bad idea to go work for the company Scott's working for. Decisions, decisions, decisions. Go home on my time off, run my tow truck, and be closer to my family.
Yeah, it's not normally this cold this time of year.
In northern Alberta, a sudden drop in temperature has brought fresh snow and a layer of ice to Highway 881.
I layer myself up and I'm good to go.
Half an hour north of Lac La Biche, the slippery conditions have taken their toll.
That's amazing, eh? That truck's in like 3 pieces, isn't it? This I can't believe it.
Last night, a pickup swerved to avoid a stalled tanker, lost control, and was T-boned by an oncoming semi, tearing the pickup apart. The rotator is in the shop for maintenance. The only heavy wrecker they've got is Collins' HR-68.
Okay, so what do you want to do first?
We'll lift that thing up there on them.
They start with the smaller truck. and its trailer.
Okay, so let's get this unhooked.
The cab has almost been ripped free of the chassis. If Adam can fully separate them, he can stack them on the flat deck.
Okay, let's put a chain right up here. Wrap a chain here, we'll put lots of cable out. And you just give her, this might lift up enough to break something, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna give it a bit of a tug, see if it comes apart. Well, I think you're good right here. Nice, gentle touch. Keep going, go, go, go. Go, 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 go.
Back in BC, a late blast of winter is hitting the Coquihalla.
Anybody tell me they're making it over the Coke with no chains, or they still got a chain up? They weren't having any trouble yet. It just come down, but it's still pretty good.
Check the weather forecast.
Up near the summit, Al Quiring and Gord Boyd are ready for a busy afternoon.
Spring storms are the worst here traditionally because they got so much wind, they carry so much moisture from offshore. Winter's never over till it's over.
At 4:30 p.m.
Yeah, this guy right in front of me, he ripped up all his chains. You can come get him, please.
Copy. And we got lots of line up back there.
It's been a long, eventful winter for Al and Gord.
We were just here. It's like a reoccurring nightmare.
Working with Al,
Now we're cooking with fire.
it's a full-time job just trying to keep up with him.
Whoa, whoa!
He is without a doubt the best recovery guy I've ever been with.
Just like that.
With Jamie's new focus on Alberta,
Unbelievable.
they've had to work harder to keep the Coke open.
Show me your chains.
I had a few chains, I put them on, but the weather is bad and the tires were spinning and they ripped them in pieces.
He's used them once. It's tore up, and what it's done is left this fella stranded out in the middle of nowhere, and we've had to come and save him. You compare these chains, these are what you use up here on the Highway 5. They're a Canadian standard logger tread, tough as nails. Put it in drive, give her some throttle.
Don't go too fast because if I'm gonna brake, I'll go right into it.
No, it will be fine. Says everything. I enjoy going to work in my grandpa's family business. Up there is a high volume of recovery work, high volume of towing, and if you enjoy that, that's probably a pretty good place to be.
This might be the last blast of winter, but Al will be ready for next season.
I could spend the next 6 months fixing my truck, get ready for more action. All right, pal. Safe journey, Alec.
Back up on Alberta's Highway 881.
Keep going. Go, go, go. Go.
The crew is still trying to rip the crumpled truck body from the chassis.
You know what? Give her one more jolt. Now we're just trying to load the top half of the frame onto the cab, so let's get it all up on one piece.
But the wrecked semi will be a heavier recovery.
And if we grab that back end of the trailer and get it facing straight up the bank and just pull her straight up.
The semi is loaded with rig mats, platforms that support oil field equipment. The total weight, 80,000 pounds.
I would throw a few more chains on there, chain the out of her down. Like, this thing looks like it could pull half the world, so.
The trucking company has sent in some special backup.
Oh, this thing would be great on the Coke.
This oversized workhorse is used to transport heavy payloads in the oil patch. The $1 million bed truck has an 8x8 all-wheel drive, a powerful winch, and 2 steering axles.
Amazing, I tell you. You'll just back down anywhere.
They're banking this truck has the power and maneuverability they need.
They're prepping them load of rig mats. They're gonna try to pull that corner up to square them up on the trailer, and then chain them all down. And then we're gonna hook on her and drag her the up.
The bed truck's spade digs into the snow to anchor the pole.
Let's see what this baby can do.
But the semi isn't budging. In northern Alberta, the bed truck struggles to pull a wrecked semi up an embankment.
It was pretty hard to get that semi up the bank. It was quite a distance down the embankment. It was fully loaded. The whole thing probably weighed close to 80 to 90,000 pounds. It was in a pretty bad spot.
It's up to heavy rescue to make up the difference.
A little bit more extra pull, you know, it's easier on their equipment. We gotta get in the front there somewhere, the front of the trailer, like even around by the kingpin or somewhere. So he's gonna pull on the back, you're gonna pull up here.
The bed truck needs to get ahead of HR 68.
Holy, look at this guy.
But instead of navigating the narrow road, the driver takes a shortcut.
To see a big truck like that driving in the ditch was pretty wild. That thing is huge.
I'm gonna buy me one of them.
That is one impressive truck.
With a 40-ton weight so deep in the ditch, Adam wants the 2 trucks side by side for maximum leverage.
Adam's truck looks like a 1-ton compared to this. This could be the rotator, and Adam's could be the 1-ton right now.
The trucks were on a bit of an angle. Well, you know, we couldn't T-bone everything to get direct pulling powers.
Heavy rescue shuts down both lanes, and the traffic is already backing up.
Okay, Garth, let's take a little strain there. Up you go, Garth.
Boom in. Yeah, pull it. Both lines, keep both lines tight. Get there in high gear. Keep going. Put them winches on slow speed. There, it's coming out of there good now.
Okay, good there. All stop. All stop.
They've moved the trailer as far as they can, but they've run out of road. Adam will need to re-rig.
Go a few more feet, then we can grab that front end and swing it right around.
But before he can even unhook,
Hello. Well, there's nothing else between this one's booked to go do another one after we're done this. I work 24 hours a day. If I'm not driving a truck, I'm dealing with drivers. I'm getting phone calls from the office at 1 or 2 in the morning, so my job is never done. Okay, you bet. Off and stop. Lots of jobs. Dispatchers expect you to get them done right away, so.
there's hours more work up the highway.
We can pull that front end of the truck around.
But this job looks like it's almost at an end.
Good. Watch that front end. Watch that front end. Look at that.
They just Oh man, that sucks. Okay, thank you.
We can pull that front end of the truck around.
With work piling up on Alberta's Highway 881,
Good. Okay, tighten them up.
Adam's crew has almost wrangled a heavy wreck up onto the road.
Watch that front end. Watch that front end. Wreck the wrecked truck.
There's nothing strong enough to rig onto on the front of the mangled tractor.
I'll maybe get that trailer out of here first, and then I'll send him back for his little boy, and then we can load it when I work over here.
Yeah.
Adam re-rigs around the fifth wheel.
This whole trailer swung right into that lane now. Yeah, just take us back in and just push it right over. Then we can get the traffic opened up.
Get these guys off the road here, and you can start sending yours.
What are you thinking, Adam? Drag it out of here. That's gonna get this thing separated. Let's give her a try. Get her out of here. Keep an 881 open.
Even though he's thinking of a change, for today, Adam is proud.
We're done. See you later.
Yeah, it was just a good feeling.
It's the perfect end to a season where Jamie gambled, moving his fleet.
I was the wreck. And that's what happened to me this season. So I had to rebuild the wreck and fix it and get it back on the road again.
He put his top driver in charge.
Go ahead.
It wouldn't be easy.
Welcome to Siberia, boys.
Volume and the black ice and the way people drive are just unbelievable. Scary.
Watch out. Holy.
We want to get that in the forehead.
This is a place that's in the middle of nowhere. You break down or crash here, you could die.
Industrial-sized oil patch recoveries would challenge every member of the team.
Come on. Don't roll back, whatever you do. Whoa! Hey, chop, let's go. Keep going. Come on. You have to run the record, right?
And even fighting for survival, Jamie refused to abandon the coke.
Yeah, I want you to roll everything you got there.
Stand back.
But it would be an uphill battle for the skeleton crew left in BC.
Come on, dude. Give me some help.
We leave the guys in Hope with basically all the older paid-for equipment.
Don, you gotta pull. Just pull it. All right.
They're working on a wing and a prayer trying to make this work.
No.
In the worst winter in the history of the coke,
It's a monster crash.
heavy rescue turned to a tough-talking, head-down operator named Howie.
He was the guy who, almost single-handedly, he was doing the wrecks. He was just doing it.
Keep pulling on it, man. Yeah, here she comes. Okay, you can clear traffic out.
He made the difference between us being here or not being here. He was a warrior.
He's gonna lose the truck.
The stress of the tough season kept emotions running high.
We got 15 minutes to get the road open because the highway guy is bitching.
Three people here trying to come up with ideas.
Well, then don't chuckle when I tell you something. You're supposed to check the truck.
And pushed Adam to rethink his future.
I surrender. I wave the white flag, man.
The biggest struggles weren't always the recoveries.
It's the same poor decision that somebody else made 9 years ago that killed my dad.
Now back.
Yeah, I know.
There you go, Mama. Hot damn, if we knew what we were doing, we'd be dangerous.
Even with a crew full of rookies, Heavy Rescue got the job done.
I opened it.
Fast, I want efficiency, let's go.
I hope Brendan sticks it out in Heavy Rescue and he can learn and move on.
Get over!
Nice, decent, Jimmy.
Decent.
Despite early stumbles, city tower Colin hung in and earned his place.
There's no better way to learn this job than actually doing it.
It was a good test for me knowing that I could do it.
They fought the odds
We're getting her.
to make Jamie's gamble pay off.
Here she comes, watch out! Woo!
That worked well.
You just needed that little extra bit.
So happy with you, Phil. I'm gonna give you a hug.
Oh, well, there you go, buddy.
Our guys have reached deep and they've pulled off what I would call would be a miracle.
We're back.
I'm really proud of the fact that our guys had the courage to put up with some hard times and the commitment they had to be survivors and to go move ahead.
After being pushed to the brink, Jamie's expanding his fleet for a stronger assault next season.
We're getting ready to do battle on the mountains and do battle on the highways again.
Hey, we got a wreck in the ditch. We gotta go.
We're stronger and more powerful than we've ever been in our whole career. This thing's full steam ahead. And I'm feeling it.